joined by Mike and Matt, special guest Tony for the football season. We're going to go ahead and jump right on in to week one, guys. We're going to go over pretty much every game. We're just going to touch some quick bases on it. We're going to start with the Thursday night game. Detroit, I do not think it was an upset. A lot of people called it an upset. I did not think it was an upset. I did pick Detroit to win this game. Now, I do believe if Kelsey had played, Detroit would have lost. Hands down, I think that was the only thing that was missing outside of Kadarius Toney's hands. So,
I could believe.
You know what? To go a little step further than that, I think even if Jones plays,
if Jones plays, they'd win.
Either Jones or Kelsey.
Because if you look at it, Goff, I saw the J. Goff, Goff. He did. I mean, he looked okay, but he didn't look like elite or anything. If you watch him play, like he missed big plays. Like you clearly he did not hit people that were wide open.
There were just missed throws. Honestly,
it was missed throws, but like
they weren't even pressure throws.
There was that play action. I think Amon-Ra was wide open for a wide open. He would have ran straight for a touchdown. There was nobody defending him in the secondary, and there was like twice that happened. So
I think a lot has to do with the Arrowhead. Arrowhead Stadiums were like one of the loudest stadiums in the NFL, so it's on the road in a hostile environment. I think if Jones was there, he would have gotten pressure left and right, and that ball game would have went Kansas City's way. Yeah,
I agree. I feel it felt like a Raider win. Like when the Raiders win, it didn't deserve to happen. Like that's what happened.
So another thing I wanted to talk about too. Can we talk about the cockiness that Kansas City had going for that on 4th and 25?
Yeah, instead of punting.
Oh yeah,
that was dumb football.
Yeah,
dumb football.
And you know what? It's funny that you say that. It's funny that you say that, Scott. That you call it cockiness, and then you look at the way that the Lions started the game. Their first 4th down, they faked it and got the first down. We don't call that cockiness. That was a fucking an underdog trying.
But coaches do that though.
Yeah, I know. But the first 4th down against the Chiefs, like no other team is going to do that. And I think it was a great thing. I loved it. I loved watching it happen. I was like, yeah, let's fucking roll. But like you look at the Chiefs try to do some 4th down shit, you're like, that's fucking cocky, bro.
Well, no,
it is. It's a totally different.
Yeah. The only thing I could think they were going for is they were trying to deep ball, hoping that they'd get a PI, and end up getting a first down out of it. Otherwise,
but you had like over 3 minutes.
Otherwise, they're punting the ball with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, it was like 2 minutes and like 40-something seconds, almost 3 minutes.
No, it was 2:09 when that play happened.
Oh, okay. So, but it was a bonehead play.
Look, the reason I call it cockiness is because when Detroit did it, they did it at the beginning of the game when no one expected it on their side. You still have the rest of the game. It doesn't work out. You have the rest of the game still to play out. Okay, Kansas City was like, oh, it's 4th and 25 on our, we're like backed up on our side of the field. Oh, we got this. Like, you still had they still had all 3 timeouts at the time, correct? And the 2-minute one.
And the 2-minute one.
They were on their own 30 when that
happened.
And
they had 4 timeouts technically.
Yeah, that's just that's not trusting your defense, which didn't play terrible either without Chris Jones. But either way, I don't really think it was as much of an upset as people say. Detroit is a much better team this year. So with that said, let's move on to the next game. To see who's next, Tony.
Let's just
start from the top.
You want to start from the top and go down? Or
yeah. We'll finish with the Thursday night game. Or that Sunday night game, and then we'll talk about today.
All right. Well,
if you want to call last night a game,
the current and as people are aware, the current Bills Jets games is going on right now. It's an OT, as you can tell.
Yeah.
So we'll do the Commanders.
Bill's got the ball to start OT, just so you know.
Well, that's good for me.
Go for 5 turnovers.
Yeah.
You wish, huh, Scott?
I need it to happen for fantasy purposes.
How about this Cardinals Commanders game? This was a fight of the not so good football teams.
The bottom.
When I checked in on this game.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Scott.
Commanders should have won this game pretty easily. They had the better defense. They had the better offense. They had all their weapons playing. Cardinals are playing a no-name quarterback. They have outside of Marquise Brown, they really don't have anyone. You can't really count anything. I don't know. This game should not have been nearly as close as it was. Mm-hmm. And if I'm a Commanders fan, I'm actually a little bit nervous that this game was the way it is, because Arizona's going to be a bottom feeder team.
Oh yeah, they're both bottom feeder teams.
Commanders had 248 total yards, and Arizona had 210.
Well, I mean,
Wow.
so
What?
okay, hold on. Let's take a step back. Let's
Tyreek
take
Hill
it back.
himself probably had more. What? He had more than Arizona, and he almost had more than Washington just by himself.
Yeah.
True.
So let's take a step back here. We knew this was going to be a bottom feeder team from the start. And I think a lot of people were surprised that the Cardinals were up 16 to 10.
I was.
There. Yeah, a lot of people were surprised. Yeah. And I mean, yeah, they ended up losing. And I think Sam Howell played what everyone expected, right? He had that rushing touchdown. It looked pretty nice from the highlight that I saw. Like, he had wide open, took a shot. And I think Sam Howell can develop into that quarterback that people want him to be. So we'll see where he goes from here. But I think the Cardinals, dumpster fire. I think they're going to continue to be a dumpster fire. Nothing good came out of that game. I don't think anything else is going to come good out of
the
that.
game. Honestly, I expected a lot of the Commanders this year, especially with their weapons on offense with McLaurin and John Dotson, and the two running backs, and they could not get the running game going. I was watching. I had the Sunday ticket, so I was watching a lot of these games, checking out a lot of them. They just, I think, what did Robinson have? 19 for 59, just putrid.
Yeah.
What's his name? Antonio Gibson, putrid, like below putrid. It was horrible.
3 for 9.
Yeah, it was embarrassing, and they didn't look good, especially against a Cardinals team that's starting a quarterback that just got cut from the Browns about 2 weeks ago. Like, this guy was literally on the street for a couple of days. They signed him. Now he's a starting quarterback of the Cardinals, and it was a lot closer than when it should have been, to be honest with you.
Jets won.
What happened?
They ran the punt back.
No way.
No way.
Buffalo went 3 and out. Buffalo went 3 and out, and Jets just ran the punt back.
Let's
go.
Did Cook get the ball in those 3 plays? Did Cook get the ball in those 3 plays? James Cook.
I don't know. It was last I saw. It was 4th and 12.
I'm looking right now.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. He got a run. He got a run for like 3 yards.
Oh, I won. That's all that matters. I'm not going to lose. That's all that matters. I'm not.
I just saw it right now.
Ooh.
You're not double sacked, though.
Just how the NFL script read, right?
Yep. Tony's not going to get both tackles.
You are 1 tackle.
I'm happy. All right, let's keep going.
So, anyways, Matt, the kind of jump, like kind of piggyback on what you're talking about as far as Dobbs go. I mean, he only threw for 132 yards throughout the whole game. The wide receiver, leading wide receiver was Randall Moore, 3 for 33. He had Marquise Brown right behind him with 3 for 28. James Conner ran for 69 yards. Like, there was just nothing that you can really applaud Arizona for doing other than keeping the game close. I mean, but to talk about Sam Howell a little bit more, Tony, he only threw for 202 yards, and this is probably a bottom 4, bottom 3 defense in the NFL.
But here's where a difference in that game was: 6 sacks for 46 yards. Howell was sacked 6 times.
Yep.
And that's not good.
I was going to bring that up, Mike.
Any type of special pass rush. So I think going forward, obviously this is going to continue to be a sloppy, 2 sloppy teams. I don't put much on Commanders or Arizona for the
one of them had to win, right? And one of them had to win. Otherwise, they
could have been a tie
anywhere else. You know what, Mike? You're not wrong.
Yeah. All right. Moving on.
Let's just. You know what? Let's just go down the list. I mean, we got the Bills Jets game's over. Let's talk about that. I think everybody wants to talk about what just happened. Aaron Rodgers going down. Since it's on the screen, let's just go down 1-1, so we don't have to keep scrolling up and down. I think that the Aaron Rodgers going down within the first 3 minutes of the game, there definitely was TVs broken today.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, and like it blows my mind that happened. But did you guys know that there's a clause in the trade between Green Bay and the Jets that if Aaron Rodgers doesn't play 70% of the season, they don't get the first round?
Mm-hmm. They get a second. They still get compensated. It's not a first.
Still get compensated, but it's not the first.
Yeah.
Which is good. But Zach Wilson came in 14 of 20, 140 yards, touchdown, interception. He scrambled a little bit. But I want to talk about Breece Hall. He ran.
Yeah, we do. I do. Go ahead.
10 for 127. Against the defense.
He's talking nasty to me, Scott.
Okay, think about it like this. He did have that big breakaway.
take out that long run.
Take out the long run.
2
for 109. He was 2 for 109 at one point. And then now
he has a long of 83.
Yeah, long of 83. Okay.
What is that? He had 10 for 127.
10 for 127, long of 83. Take that away. Now you're at
9 for like
44. You're at 44. So yeah, he has 9 for 44.
5 over. That's over 5 yards a clip.
That's
still
just
5 yards a carry. It's still good.
That's great. Good.
Yeah.
Coming off of the injury that he had.
Yeah, it's still great. You know what? I'm just Scott. I'm trying to avoid giving Matt kudos, and I was hoping you were gonna pick up on this. I'm not going to congratulate Matt on his fucking busted running back theories.
Bullshit. I hit on my guys. Scott, go ahead. Don't let him persuade you to anything.
I think all 4 of us picked the Jets to win the division. Yes or no?
I picked them to win the division.
Did I?
And then as soon as Aaron Rodgers went down, I kind of doubted myself. And now that they won, I was like, oh, they might.
I think I said I had the Bills going.
I think I still had the Bills. I know, Scott, you had the Jets winning the division.
And then I said, don't be shocked if Miami can win this division.
I had the Jets winning the division.
The defense of the Jets is
great.
The real deal. Okay,
Josh. Stephon Diggs still got over 100 yards.
But
I don't understand why this screen says 62. He got over 100 yards.
He's still going to get his, but I mean,
yeah. Look,
they also still created 4 turnovers from Josh Allen, though.
Yeah, Josh Allen has been a turnover machine since he's come into the league.
Yeah,
he threw 3 interceptions, lost a fumble. You can honestly say Josh Allen is the reason the Bills lost this game.
He was tied with 80. He was tied with 80 turnovers before this game started with Jared Goff from the past 2-3 years. So now he's leading.
When you play against Wilson and you have more turnovers than Wilson, it's a bad day.
Yeah.
But you know what? So I'm pretty sure this injury to Rodgers is actually going to be an Achilles, just the way he stood up and sat.
That's what I was going to get at. There's the reports are saying that they're fearing it's an Achilles injury, but they're saying it's unknown if it's ruptured or torn. He's supposed to have his MRI is supposed to be tomorrow.
Well, we know that his season's probably over.
Given his age and the field he plays on, that could be season ending regardless.
Career ending?
It would be. It would be. No matter what, if it's an Achilles, that's season ending.
That's what I'm saying. It's season ending.
Yeah,
my career.
Rodgers probably.
Let me preface the conversation by saying, not preface. I'm using the wrong fucking words, but whatever. I'm going to say this. I don't think the Jets win the division anymore because of Aaron Rodgers going down. Yes, they won tonight, but Josh Allen, like we talked about, turnover machine. I think the Bills lost that game for themselves. As soon as Aaron Rodgers went down, Jets got lucky. After watching the game, and we'll talk about it when we get to the Dolphins and the Chargers, I'm changing my division winner to the Dolphins if Tua can stay healthy.
You can't.
No, that's the point of a fucking.
You called it. Shut the fuck up. You called
it. Dolphins look great. Fucking Dolphins going to win the division.
Dolphins defense didn't look great, though.
Don't matter. Yeah. They bombed it. Tyreek Hill's magical.
All it takes is Tua or Hill to go down.
We'll talk about that next. We'll talk about that. We'll talk when we get to that game.
Okay. The fact that he tore, if it's a torn Achilles, it's, I don't know what, he's not a running back. He's not a wide receiver. He's 40 years old, whatever, right? I don't think his career is done. He can come back next year healthy, and it takes about 6 to 8 months for that to recover. So he'll have plenty of time.
Yeah, but you don't think it's going to affect his the way he drops back?
I don't think so. No, It depends what Achilles it is. If it's his right one, maybe.
I think it was his right one. If you watch,
it was his right.
It looked like his right leg.
Do you think
other rumors were saying high ankle sprain? Either way, high ankle sprain or Achilles.
I mean, but high ankle sprain. He's coming back this season.
High ankle is best case scenario, but he's still going to miss 6 weeks?
A month, at least a month.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's better than nothing.
Okay, let's say it's an Achilles. He's not coming back. Do the Jets go out and try to get a veteran from somewhere? Do they try to trade for someone like, let's say, Gardner there in Jackson or with the Colts?
I don't think
they
so.
could.
I don't think they have the capital to trade. What capital do they have to trade?
They traded all their capital to get
They have a
Rodgers.
lot of they have a lot of cap room, but as far as capital, no, I
cap
don't.
room is different, but they don't have capital to trade.
But if you're gonna get a Minshew or like these back end, quarterbacks off the bench, they ain't gonna cost much. It's gonna be like what?
yeah,
Fourth,
but they're
fifth
all
round?
the same as Zach Wilson.
No, Tony. Don't you say that on a fucking podcast. Don't
They're all
ever
the same
say
at
that
a
they're the
certain
same.
point. They're all the same.
Somebody get Tony out of here.
They all.
Now,
suck.
Scott and I got a text message earlier. Had the Niners not traded Trey Lance already, that would have been very interesting.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right,
But it is what it is. All right, next game.
move on. Hey, try to get a video going on this, Tony.
Yeah, we'll go to the next game. I'll click on them. Oh, well, let's talk about the Bengals Browns, the highest paid QB in the league.
Hey, so interesting about this game. I think we all picked Cincinnati to win. I think we were thinking Joe Burrow was much healthier than what he was. This is now 6 losses in a row for Cincinnati in Cleveland. That is something not to be ignored because this game could end up screwing Cincinnati later down the road. I mean, they play in a very tough division. You have Baltimore. You have, obviously, Cleveland look like the real deal. If all these guys are really close to records at the end of the year and this comes down to divisional wins, this game could end up being the deciding factor of who wins the division. If someone like Baltimore comes in and they can sweep Cincinnati. The other thing is after seeing the highlights of this game, Burrow should not have played. They should not have played
100%.
Burrow. I think they shouldn't have made a quarterback change. It was clear he had no push off. He couldn't do anything. I mean, when was the last time you seen Joe Burrow throw for
limited.
2 yards?
Yeah, never.
Never.
Higgins, no catches.
Yeah, dude, but
On
he had
8 targets, no catches.
Jamar Chase, he was pedestrian, 5 for 39. That's
39, bro.
I think this is his worst game as a pro.
You
Yeah.
can find that
Well,
up. You
and-
can find
and-
5 for
and you
39
know
on the
what?
waiver wire.
It's not his fault, right? It's not their fault.
No.
I think the Bengals script was just bad from the get go, and Joe Burrow coming off completely fucked them. Because I'll say this: the Browns didn't look good either. Deshaun Watson didn't look good. They won.
No,
because
but
did not look good at all.
they ran all over Buffalo. I mean, all over Cincinnati.
yeah,
had They had
Chubb
206 rushing yards.
Well,
Chubb did wonderful, man.
Matt, tell him about the injury though.
Oh, to the Browns right tackle.
Yep.
He's done for the year, yeah. And to say this, last year, I don't know what the percentage was last year, but during that game, they ran 31.2% to the right hand side for Nick Chubb. 32% of the time they ran to the right, and the right tackle's done for the year. So they're gonna have to mix and match the offensive line to get it strong to see what they're gonna do. But I don't know, that run game could be affected, and not only the run game, I think Tony said Deshaun Watson did not look good at all. I watched a couple plays or a couple series from this game.
What was I?
Either quarterback did not look good, and they're just
Yeah.
Cleveland's just lucky that the run game worked for them this week.
Yep, I agree. So
Um,
okay.
But let me just add, I'm not worried about the Bengals. I just think Burrow needs time to heal, maybe another
Yeah, I
week or
agree.
so.
Yeah, that's
And
my
they should
question.
be back on their foot.
Does Burrow play next week? They're playing Baltimore.
Oh
No,
man, they
if
started
they
off
play,
with 2
if they
division
play him
games.
next week, they're fucking their whole season up. That's my
I would
opinion.
sit him. Just give him 1 week's rest, man. I mean, if they started 0-2 last year, I believe too, right? I have to go and confirm that. Let me go.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
They can afford to start 0-2. Just give him some rest. He's not. You
I
clearly can
agree.
see he's not ready.
In week 3, they play the Rams.
Yeah,
Oh.
see, that would be a get right game. Just I would let him rest up. Why risk injury? Setting him back for another multiple weeks instead of like resting him 1 week.
Yep. All right.
That's my opinion, but
Other than that, that's the game there. So let's go. Panthers Falcons. I think.
Sean.
You know what? I would like to let Matt, because he's on his high horse. Let him go. Let's talk. Hear what you have to say on your high horse over there.
But yet I don't see his name there for stat leaders.
Look,
Sorry, you don't need to know
Matt
about
couldn't run the football to save his life.
hold on. Listen. Mike and Tony are my witnesses. What did I say was going to go on in Atlanta? Al Jair ran the ball way too well last year for them to ignore it. Okay? They made sure that was way more of a split than what I think anyone predicted other than I did. All right, you don't like. I understand where they took
why they took Bijan. I understand why they took him.
It doesn't matter. It has proven that a workhorse running back does not equal wins. It's when you sit there and you use maybe certain matchups, a running back in certain like.
Sorry, Scotty. Good.
No, you're good. You're good. It's just
Can I break this right now?
Was just too good for them to be like, okay, we're just gonna automatically Bijan, you're gonna get everything. Aljair, you're just gonna come in when he's tired. Clearly, Atlanta wants to just straight up run the ball, kind of like a Kareem Hunt and
Can't see that, Matt.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Kareem Hunt and freaking Nick Chubb.
Is that Aaron Rodgers news?
He's done.
What is it?
Torn Achilles?
Yep. You heard it here first, because I got breaking news from the Fantasy Football Life app.
Like,
well, yeah, first because everyone got the alert on their phone. Anyways,
well, I think Scott.
You guys haven't got no alert.
Scott, I agree with you. I think that you did call it. I think I did. That's not something I anticipated when they drafted Bijan. Was that they were going to use because Algier did very well last season, and I don't think they were going to bench him for Bijan. So I think that they're going to use it's not even a one. I don't even like calling it a 1-2 punch. It's like a 1-1 punch. Like Algier can do the same thing as Bijan can do. Let's roll. You're both going to give us dominant.
He can do it, but Bijan can do it better. He's way more explosive, and I think we all saw it. Bijan has the phenomenal explosiveness. He can run between the tackle. He's bigger than Algier, faster than Algier, more twitchy. It's going to happen. It's just, I guess I could say, like everybody says, it's game one. Ease him in, but I think by the week 2, week 3, this guy's going to be getting 20+ touches a game easy.
I mean, it was only a 2, including receptions. It was only a 2-touch difference.
Yep.
Yeah.
Algier
did have the touchdowns.
Algier had 5 more rushes. He did have both rushing touchdowns. Bijan had 3 more receptions, and he had the receiving touchdown.
Yep. I think let's talk about the fact that Drake London got a 0.
Oh, that was.
He didn't even have a target.
One target.
0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Look, clearly Atlanta just wants to run the ball. Desmond Ridder, 15 of 18.
I told you.
He only had 18 pass attempts.
He had 24 yards at the half passing.
But you know what? I don't think that works for Atlanta in the long run. Like now, that's like everyone's gonna know they're gonna do that. So I think they have to change it up now. I think honestly they might change it up next game just to be like, all right, we can do both. But
okay, here's my question. I know everybody was talking about Bijan being the workhorse. Do they join what everybody else in the league's now doing and have a split backfield?
100%.
More than what we were anticipating.
Right.
Scott just said that.
I understand that. But you guys are talking about Bijan being eased in. Do they keep this split as much as it is?
We just said
Bijan's gonna get. Bijan's gonna get. I'm saying Bijan's gonna in a couple weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. By week 3, maybe 4,
be over 20 touches.
Yes, that's what I see. I don't see it as a 50-50 down the middle.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let's talk about the Panthers. I think we all.
Touches
is a
he had
starter.
16 touches. It's only 4 more.
What's your opinion on Young's performance?
It's a rookie performance.
I was going to say that typical rookie performance.
Didn't expect too much of it. I mean, it wasn't bad, he had 146 yards, 2 picks.
Yep.
I mean, he was slow. I was watching this game because of Bijan, and I saw him on offense. Typical rookie, one read, gonna get the jittery feet, move around the pocket, get sacked, taking unnecessary sacks when he shouldn't be. But I mean, Atlanta has a good front. I'm not saying they have a great secondary, but they have a decent pass rush. So he had the rookie nerves. I'm not too worried about it.
He was only sacked twice.
Yeah, but he was pressured a lot when he felt pressure. He felt pressured when there wasn't pressure. If you know what I mean. Yeah.
Carolina did run the ball well, though. They did run the ball well. So
they fed it to Sanders like he was the only person doing something on that team.
Well, Chubb was 9 for 60.
Yeah. Sanders 18 for 72. So
yeah,
I don't know why they kept. I saw that too. That Chubb was getting more yards per carry but they kept feeding it to Sanders. But I don't understand why. But
all right, let's.
Bryce Young spread the ball around though. He had four players with at least 5 targets.
Oh, should I do the Mahomes when it's time to?
No, it's. I saw a meme. And it's like, what's your intentions with my daughter?
All right. Let's keep on track. Let's go over to the Jacksonville Colts game.
Game was closer than I thought it was going to be.
Yes, it was.
I got my hats off to Richardson. Other than the fact that guy needs to learn to not take unnecessary. God,
Did you see what Lawrence told him after the game?
Dude,
Did you read that?
At the goal line, I was like, oh.
So, and I don't even know if this is true or not, but somebody said that Lawrence talked to Anthony Richardson after the game, saying, "Hey, look, like you're good, like you played very well for like his first game." He goes, "But you need to learn to not do what you did at the end because you taking those hits is very different than college and it can end your career." They said somebody told him that, like he's like, "Don't take those hits; they're not worth it."
Yeah,
and I was like,
I will say,
that's good advice right there.
I will say, I think Anthony Richardson by far had the best rookie quarterback opening game.
Oh, 100%. 100% agree with that.
Yeah, it was a good game.
It's funny because we're going to talk about the top 3 rookie quarterbacks in a row. So we just talked about Panthers. Now we're talking about the Colts, Jags.
Lawrence looked good.
I think
Ridley was phenomenal.
Lawrence looked good, but Ridley, man, that's who I want to talk about. Ridley,
running routes.
Wow, fucking, I'm so mad because I wanted him in the leagues. I just didn't know how early to take him, and damn, he did wonderful.
You know,
ETN didn't do bad. Did you guys see? Did you guys see the play where Ridley caught the ball and ETN ran up the sideline, just streaked by him? Dude, talk about some speed.
Yeah, he's the reason that they got the touchdown.
And I was worried about ETN. I traded him in my Dynasty League of Tank Bigsby, but it was the first game. But ETN looked good. What do you have? 18 rush attempts?
18 for 77.
Yeah, so.
It's a good game. Good game. Real good game.
Yeah. Christian Kirk, though. 1 for 9.
He took a back seat to Ridley.
Oh, for sure. He's going to. And Zay
Even
Jones.
to Zay Jones and Evan Ingram. Yeah.
Kirk had 3 targets.
I think
the only person that had less was Tank Bigsby with 1 target.
Jacksonville just has last year it was more just Christian Kirk and Travis Etienne. Now they get Calvin Ridley back. Obviously, Evan Ingram has started to get a rapport with Lawrence, and I think this is going to be a very dangerous offense. I'm looking forward to the Kansas City Jacksonville game next week.
Yes.
I think,
you know what? Well, because Jones will be back. And Kelsey, I don't know if Kelsey's going to be back. We'll see.
If Kelsey's not back, I got Jacksonville taking that game.
100%.
Even with Kelsey, Jacksonville may still win that game.
I'm taking Jacksonville right now, even if they're both playing.
Jacksonville played very well, man.
In Jacksonville in that heat, it's humid out there, boy. Right now in Miami, you do not want to be playing that heat.
Yeah,
especially with Kelsey in that knee.
It's not Miami, man.
Jacksonville has
Florida, whatever.
Jacksonville has more offensive weapons. Plain and simple.
All right.
Hey, before we move on, Pittman, I was wrong. He got targets. 11 targets, 8 for 97 and touch.
Yeah, Pittman did. I think Pittman, that number 1 target over there in the Colts.
I stayed away from Pittman and all this year in drafts, and
I regret it. I agree, man. I regret it. I should have taken Pittman.
You guys just said it. It's 1 game.
It is, but
who's he going to throw to? If you double Pittman, who's he going to throw to?
No one.
I don't know. You find ways to get him open. Wide receiver
downs,
move him in motion. So we'll see.
Like
Deion Jackson didn't do
anything.
Shit.
Yeah, no. I stayed away from these running backs. Are not going to do shit without
13 carries for 14 yards with a longest carry of 7.
Look at Richardson with 10 attempts. Do you think after being hit like that at the end of the game that he pulls back his rush attempts?
I would hope so.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to tell him like you can't do that because we can't lose you.
Let me ask a question before we move on. If Taylor was healthy in this game, would this game be a bit of a different turnout? Because this game, the Colts were winning at one time, and it was tied at one time.
I think Jacksonville still wins,
but it'll be close.
It might have been a one-possession game, but I think Jacksonville still wins.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think Jacksonville still wins, but I think the game's closer. I think Jacksonville still wins.
Without a game, the Colts are going to, if they're winning, they're going to really struggle to close out these games, and I think costing them in the end. So we're going to see. We'll see after week 4. We'll see if Taylor comes back or not. I don't know what to make of that.
Colts are desperately going to need him. They had 65 rushing yards, and 40 of those yards were from the quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, people are not going to respect that run game. So.
Okay. Well, let's move over to the Texans-Ravens game. That was devastating to watch. because Lamar Jackson let so many people down in their fantasy leagues.
Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers look good, yeah.
He looked good. But
and Matt, you and I remember we said it on one when we were doing all of the division reviews. You and I were talking because it was a guy that I was looking at, and we both felt that Baltimore, when it came down to it, that Baltimore was the worst of the landing places for him. But he looked really good.
Now,
I don't. Oh, good, Scott.
Oh, I was gonna say, if I'm like a Baltimore fan, I'm a little worried about their secondary because they just got thrown pretty well all over by C.J. Stroud. I mean, he did have 44 attempts, but still, he's threw for 242.
No interceptions.
No interceptions. 44 attempts and no picks.
You know that has to be like some kind of record or something. 44 attempts and no picks. But you know what? Go ahead, man.
No, I'm just saying, and doing it with the receivers that aren't, I wouldn't even say average, to be honest with you. His best receiver is Nico Collins, and he hasn't done much in the league. I mean, he's a young receiver, but Robert Woods, it's just Noah Brown.
You got people who are has-beens and nobodies, right?
Yeah.
And he still couldn't make it happen. I think the fact that he didn't throw an interception is promising, and he still threw for 242 yards. I mean, that puts him in the middle of the pack. That puts him above some of the best quarterbacks in the league in terms of yards, but he just couldn't make anything happen, that's the problem. They need to now surround him with weapons, and they need to surround him with a team. I think if he has a team, he plays so much better.
Yeah. So where do you think the run game goes from here with for Baltimore?
Yeah.
With Dobbins being out for the year.
It's going to be a split with Gus Edwards and Justice Hill.
I think Edwards is the better option.
I lean Edwards. Yeah, I was going to say Edwards.
Yeah, but you guys got to let's go back to what we talked about in the division part, right? We talked about how they're going to get Jackson involved more in the passing game and less in the rushing game because of their new coaches, right? So that I didn't see the passing, right? Yeah, everything went to Zay Flowers, but look at 169, and he only
had 22 passing attempts.
Which is normal or a little bit higher than what we expected, right? We thought he was going to pass more, but now he's going to be rushing more because he has no running back. Gus Edwards, come on, he has no running backs that can do it for him. He can do it himself. They're going to go back to the Ravens from last year.
Or do they go pick up a running back?
Nowhere. Oh no, Uncle Lenny's still out there. Yeah,
Fournette's still out there.
They could.
Yeah.
I heard there's another guy with the last name of Taylor available. My thing is that I think because Houston wasn't very much of a threat, I don't think we really got to see the Baltimore offense really do anything. I remember there was no Marcus either. But my question to you guys is that's it. J.K. Dobbins has had his chance.
He's done. Career's over.
He's done in Baltimore. I don't know about career over.
What do you mean done in Baltimore? If he goes and beats the fourth string on the Raiders next year, nobody cares. His career is over.
He's only 24, Tony. He's going to get another shot.
He's 24 with 2 injuries that ended his career or ended his season.
Deontay Foreman's in the league still.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, and your point is
he's not done.
Yeah, but it's not that point. Okay, when I say career ending, it's he's
like you say, he's not coming back.
It's name ending. It doesn't matter if you're the 3rd, 4th string quarterback or running back on some team. Your career is over.
I will say this: if he has another one down the line like this, where he tears an ACL or something like that, to where he misses another season, I just don't know if he'll get picked up again after this.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, it's maybe you're just not built for the NFL, man. It just goes that way. So feel bad for him. He's a hell of a talent. But you could be all the talented in the world. If you're not on the field, it don't mean shit.
All right, let's move on and talk about one of the shittiest games of the season, and then we'll talk about one of the most surprising games of the season. We'll talk about the Bucs-Vikings first. Vikings suck. So
I saw this game. I was looking at Justin Jefferson in a few leagues. Of course, I was looking at this game most of the time in the morning. God, Vikings look good on offense. at times they could not establish a run game. I don't know for the life of me. They could not run with Alexander Madison.
They could.
They couldn't move the ball. They couldn't run the ball.
11 carries, 34 yards.
34.
Yeah, it was putrid.
But the other side, Rashad White was 17 for 39.
Yeah, both sides sucked. Baker Mayfield, the first half, not very good. Second half, I want to say, came out the second drive and started just lighting up the Vikings secondary. Mike Evans got a big, 30-something yard touchdown. I saw that. JJ, he did his thing, but I don't know if you guys saw after the game, he was disgusted on the bench, just staring. He was pissed.
Jefferson had more receiving yards than the teams had rushing combined.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I'll say this much: the Vikings suck. Yes, we know that. I think they play better going down the stretch. Hopefully they reach out and get a running back. I think if they get Fournette, they're better. If they have anybody else other than Madison, they're better.
I think it's the offensive line. I saw the game. There was a couple holes. I'm not saying majority of the runs, but there was runs to be had. There was yards left. There was meat on the bone still. So I don't know if it's the offensive line or if it's Madison. I'm not sure. I saw a lot of blocks, a lot of blitzes from Tampa Bay that they're eating up the offensive linemen. Offensive linemen missing assignments, breaking through the line. I don't know. I just don't know. So we'll see next week. But it doesn't get any easier against the Eagles. I'll say that.
I agree. The Vikings are definitely going to be battle tested every week for the next few weeks. I think Kirk Cousins needs to work on his turnover rate. I mean, 3 turnovers in the first half. That's nuts. Yeah. And Kirk Cousins, I think he's the type of guy that will correct himself this week, and we won't see that next week. I think we'll see a better game. I don't necessarily think they win, but I mean, after we'll talk about the way that Philly played. I don't know if they might win. We'll see.
No.
Don't forget though. All of the wins, the single digit or single possession wins that the Vikings had last year.
Yeah,
I brought that up.
Record
during the podcast
last year may not have been really a true indication of that team.
Yep,
could have easily been the complete opposite.
Yeah. And here they go. They start off with the loss, 1 possession.
Yep.
Yeah, because like what Tony said, those 3 turnovers is probably the reason that they lost. I mean, Kirk Cousins was very efficient, 33 of 44 for 344 yards, a pair of touchdowns. That's that. If I'm a Vikings fan, I'm like, okay, he had one of those games that Kirk Cousins randomly sprinkles in during the season where you're just like, what the fuck is this guy's problem? You know, he
beats himself. He's probably going through something. I don't know what's going on with Kirk Cousins, but he needs to come back, and I think he will. We'll see.
Well, he's always been that quarterback, though. He's never been the.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget, as good as this Philadelphia's defense is supposed to be, don't forget they just gave up 315 passing yards and 3 touchdowns to Mac Jones.
Yep.
Hey, whoa. Now they have an offensive coordinator, Scotty. I told you. Bill O'Brien, man.
He's throwing to guys like fucking Juju Smith-Schuster and fucking Bourne.
I told you, don't be surprised if Mac Jones can come out and ball this year, man.
All right,
you guys know how many.
If Brock Purdy can do it,
those 3 turnovers, the 3 turnovers. Do you know how many points that allowed it for?
A lot. What? 14?
Tampa Bay got 3 points off of those turnovers.
They won the game.
Yeah, but they won the game by 3 points.
But Baker Mayfield didn't have any turnovers.
Huh?
Baker Mayfield didn't have any turnovers. That's why they won.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, and before we go, that Justin Jefferson not getting the contract before the season started. Do you think he did that on his own to see, okay, I don't know if I want to be here or not? With the rumors with Kirk Cousins, now with this game they lost. He did his thing. Would he have a 9 for 160, right?
150.
150. So I don't know. Is he going to stay in Minnesota? I mean, he might get I'm sure he's going to get franchise tagged. But you think eventually, as all wide receivers do, he just says he's not happy there and he wants out?
If they don't get better this season, then yes, I agree. I think that's what happens. If they don't get better this season, that's what happens. He leaves.
I don't know.
It sucks because I think if he leaves, he's not going to be hit those. He's had 1,500 plus yards a season. I don't think he gets 1,500 yards if he leaves to another team.
Depends on the team.
On the quarterback, yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Let's move over to the Niners Steelers game. We're eating pressure up time. We got a lot of games. I'm gonna keep us on a clock here.
Let's just
Let's
fucking blow
Niners
through this game.
Steelers. Oh my god, this should be
There wasn't nothing to be.
Steelers fucking suck. Kenny Pickett is awful.
This game, the score easily could have been a lot
30-0.
larger of a difference.
Yeah. We can just say Steelers were in the preseason. Niners were fucking playing in the NFC Championship in this game. That's all we can just say in this game.
That's why I get so annoyed over preseason hype. Congratulations, Kenny Pickett looked good against backups. Now he comes out here and he plays probably the number one defense in the NFL, and he looked like shit.
Niners.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a game to watch, man.
Najee Harris looked like fucking shit.
Yeah, that
Everything
whole
looked like
Steelers, both sides of the ball. Like TJ Watt was like a one-man show. One-man show. Nobody can help that guy. I feel bad for him.
I'm worried about our new right tackle because TJ Watt looked like a bitch.
Yes.
But you guys got to come on. I know you guys are both Brock Purdy haters, but come on.
Oh, I don't like Brock Purdy. I'm
Brock
still
Purdy
sticking to my thing.
Yeah, Brock Purdy did what he was supposed to do. He was.
I tell you,
Jimmy G. He was Jimmy G.
If you have watched prior games to this, you will know that Jimmy G and Brock Purdy are nothing alike. Absolutely nothing alike. I can guarantee Shanahan trusts Brock Purdy 10 times more. There is times where Jimmy Garoppolo would have been sacked on some of these plays, and Brock Purdy, like, how about that blitz on the blindside blitz? Did you guys see that play? Blindside blitz, untouched. Brock Purdy looks up, didn't even look at the guy, felt the guy, spins out away from a would-be sack, and a completion to Deebo Samuel.
Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm not saying he's bad. I don't think we're saying he's bad.
I think he's better at reading the defense a little bit better than Jimmy G.
Yeah.
As far as arm talent, they're the same arm talent.
Yeah.
I think Jimmy G has a better arm than him, and we're going to wait to see in the playoffs if that comes. If you guys are down in the playoffs and it's fucking inclement weather, I don't think Brock Purdy has an arm to throw the ball through the wind at 10, 20 mile an hour.
I think Brock Purdy, I'm not saying he's bad, Scott, but he did what he was supposed to do. He's not elite. Now, if I see a 350-yard game, 4 touchdowns, like
you won't. But that's the thing with that offense. That offense is so balanced. You will not see that.
Yeah. No, with your guys' defense.
Yeah, like your guys' defense allows Brock Purdy for me to like. Your guys' defense is what makes me say these things about Brock Purdy. He doesn't have to try to be elite because he's comfortable. Like you guys have an all-around great team. It was just that simple. That game that was dominant. I'm excited to see the Niners play for going forward, but I'm not going to call Brock Purdy elite. I'm just not going to.
No, and I'm not calling him elite either, Tony. But what I am saying is that a lot of people were like, "Oh, he got lucky last year." Now everyone has game tape.
I don't ever think we said he got lucky last year. No, there just wasn't enough to say he was. I'm not talking about
you guys, but just people in general. The thing was, well, now he's going to have to go into Pittsburgh week 1. That's going to be that's like a top 8 defense. We're seeing what Brock Purdy's about. Yeah, 20 and 2 touchdowns, and he made you guys look stupid on quite a few plays. But what we're talking about is McCaffrey.
And he shut Patrick Peterson up too. Peterson said that there's tales about the plays that they're going to run, and I guarantee an interception. Both of Purdy's touchdowns came against Peterson.
Yep. They talk shit just like the Jamar Chase Myles Garrett situation.
The only thing I'm gonna say about the Niners, and I'm gonna say I was fucking right all along. He's better than Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk. Yeah. Fucking guy is phenomenal and a fucking great route runner, and I've been saying it for over a year, and nobody believed me. Why are you hating on Deebo? Because Deebo can't run a fucking route. All he does is fucking wide receiver screens.
I think the Niners are already gearing up for that contract that they're going to have to give Ayuk this offseason.
That guy's
that's why they've already cleared up. Since they signed Bosa, they've already cleared up $40-something million.
You're not going to afford Ayuk, dude.
Stop. All of you guys stop right now. Niners are over the salary cap next season as of right now.
Yeah. Good luck getting more pay cuts.
I was going to say, do you think they offload Deebo? Do you think
Deebo should be traded?
This year. Look, this is the Niners' last real window
run.
Will be this year. Next year, they will have some choices to make as far as, like, if guys are not willing to restructure the contract, they're going to have to try to get out of some of these contracts somehow. This just goes down the line to where eventually you have so many good players and there's so many fucking contracts to be had that you're gonna have to let guys go.
Yep.
Now, the nice thing is the Niners do have a first round pick next year, so they can start rebuilding wherever they're gonna rebuild. But we're gonna see who ends up. But Niners are gonna have to win the Super Bowl this year, or I don't know what's gonna happen after this.
I agree. The Niners have to win a Super Bowl this year. The way that they played, they have to win the Super Bowl this year. If they don't, I think their chances of winning it again in the future is going to diminish because of what you just explained, Scott.
Yeah, and I think Ayuk doing it against Patrick Peterson and Joey Porter Jr. Joey Porter Jr. is a great corner. He first or second round draft pick this year? High draft capital. He's really good.
Second.
And he tore that defense apart running. Oh, man. I saw the highlights, and I was really impressed, and I wish I had him in fantasy.
Yeah, Mike.
No, Ayuk's first touchdown, Peterson slipped.
No.
We'll
just say that he gave it.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. He slipped, but it was a great route that caused him to slip.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Bad to see.
You missed one other stat on Purdy. First quarterback in NFL history to win each of his first 6 career regular season starts and throw at least 2 touchdowns in each start. Also, first quarterback in NFL history with a passer rating of 95 or higher in each of his first 6 career regular season starts.
Also, first 7th round fucking quarterback to do fucking anything.
To do any of that.
Yeah.
All right. Packers Bears, surprising game.
Oh,
Let's talk about
all right, before we start talking, I saw some Jordan Love highlights. The way he threw the ball in the end zone to Romeo Doubs, he looked like Aaron Rodgers throwing off his back foot, leaning back. It looked like Rodgers throwing the ball.
I think the way Love looked surprised a lot of people.
He looked very good.
He looked good.
He looked very good. I'll be the first person to say. I mean, I wasn't talking shit on Love. I was just saying we got to see how Love does.
He had mannerisms of Rodgers. You know, when you throw that touchdown, he throws it and it like falls back a little bit when he throws it. I was like, dude, he has like the Rodgers mannerisms. Like, okay, he looked good, man. Look really good.
Like that right there. You just saw that.
Yeah. I mean, put it this way. He only had 15 completions, but he had 245 yards.
Right, how he threw it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude.
He looked good. I agree. I think he looked good.
I'm gonna get Christian Watson back.
Well, I don't even think. I think Dobbs proved he's number one. Watson takes a step back because at the end of the day, everyone in fantasy, everyone watching games thought Watson was the number one because he was the number one for Rodgers. We don't know who the number one was for Love, and I think that's going to be Dobbs.
Yeah. And during the offseason, it was Dobbs. Like during training camp and OTAs, Love was looking for Dobbs. Then they said that. A lot of beat reporters are saying that he was the number one target of Love this off season. So that's why I was high on him.
Yeah.
Speaking of number one fucking targets, DJ Moore was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, that it was not. That and Khalil Herbert, and I that's why I kind of stay away from this backfield. I kind of drafted Herbert in some fantasy leagues, but like Roshan Johnson looked good. Deontay Foreman's there, so I think this is going to be a true 3-headed monster. To be honest with you. Going forward, and Herbert is
Jair Alexander was also the one that was covering. DJ.
DJ.
Yeah. Let's not forget how good the Packers defense is. No one talks about it, but they have a good defense. Let's be real.
They stepped up this year, and I think because they have been shitty in the past few seasons, and I think that the Packers, I think they're going to be a good team to watch this year and see how Love develops. If Love develops even more,
Aaron Jones 9 for 41 and a touch and 2 receptions for 86 and a touch.
Yeah,
he was before he had that little hamstring tweak. He said it was minor. He could have went back in, so he's probably day to day. Hopefully, but he looked great too.
Phil,
Green Bay's receiver was the third, and they're receiving. Aaron Jones was top receiver. Tight end Luke Musgrave was number 2. Number 3 was Jalen Reed, and then you had Dobbs number 4.
How about Fields moving forward?
It didn't
look
that good this game.
Are going to have the number 1 pick in the draft.
No.
It just didn't look good. Green Bay has a great defense, though. They always have. They always had a good defense.
Oh man, we'll see. The Bears did not. I don't think that.
So you're saying the Bears are going to do worse than the Cardinals?
No. Okay.
I don't even think they have a top 8-10 pick. I think they'll get it right. It's first week. They played a
We'll see.
division rival, so
We'll see. I think it's. I don't know.
And I think it takes a good 4 to 6 weeks to really be
find
like,
yourself.
oh, these guys suck. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they were the same they were at the end of last season. I didn't see any improvement from their team whatsoever. But
It may be week 5 or 7 before they get a win, though. Commanders
Yeah,
week 5,
but-
Raiders week 7.
Yeah, but we all did say that they're still another year. They do need to make some splashes still.
Mhm.
That team.
Look
they
at Hammy. He pulled it.
All right, move this bitch on.
To the Saints, Tennessee. You know what? I'm going to say this because I have to talk about Derek Carr.
This game sucked.
I wasn't impressed. He did exactly what he did on the Raiders. They won 15-16 against the Titans.
And they should have kicked their ass.
Always are
Still a win.
in scoring games. Their defense seems to just not give up. People are forgetting, like, how many games the Titans fucking win year in and year out. No one talks about them because there's nothing elite about the Titans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's nothing elite about
Oh,
them.
you're running with fucking Ryan Tannehill, this and that. Let's not forget, Tennessee just wins games. That's just what they do. So,
Yeah.
I didn't expect this to be a slugfest, but I did expect the Saints to put up more than 16 points. Derek Carr's, if you want to talk about Derek Carr's stats, 22 of 33, 305 yards, a touchdown, and an interception.
It wasn't bad. It was good.
It's not
It
a
wasn't
bad
bad,
day, no.
but I mean, okay, so this is what you got to
It
understand.
was a great day, actually.
Yeah,
it was a
great day for
96%
him.
passer rating.
But it was a great day for him. Obviously, they got the win. Everyone's gonna be like, "That's all that matters. We got the win." But what they don't understand yet, and this is coming from like years of like just fucking shaking my head,
It's
is
the timing of his fuck ups.
his timing of his fuck up. Yes, because he'll have games like this over 300 yards, 350 yards for like 2 or 3 games in a row, and then 4 games of like less than 200 yards or 220 yards and like fucking 4 interceptions. And that's what's gonna happen.
No, I
And that's what
don't
pisses
see
me off.
that happening because of the wide receivers that they surrounded him with. I mean, Chris Olave, 8 for 112. Shaheed, 5 for 89 and a touchdown. Michael Thomas, 5 for 61. Like, those 3 guys they're gonna, especially Chris Olave. And if Michael Thomas stays healthy, dude, he's got a slant guy he can throw to all day long. He's got the bomb.
I don't. We'll see. I think time will tell. Right? Time will tell. But from people who have been scarred by Carr and his like, man, he's doing good, and then he just shits on you for 5 games in a row. Like, we're so used to that year after year. It's like that people can like it's one game. It's one game. I would say
Titans lost it though on the 3 interceptions.
Yeah, but that you expect that from Tannehill.
10 points. They got 10
Saints
points off of
defense
that.
is really good, man. That Saints defense is good. Underrated.
So it is what
But
it is.
I did call a divisional breakdown. I did call Rashid Shaheed as a little breakout this year.
I remember that.
Derrick Henry, though, came out with 119 all-purpose yards.
No, yeah, he had a good day at the office. Just no touchdown.
He
Just
did,
no touchdown.
and against a really good defense. So, we'll see how it goes.
Hopkins got 65
Yeah, I was
yards.
just gonna say, what do you guys think about Hopkins though?
I think he is the number 1 target there, and Tannehill knows it.
Yeah, he's gonna feed him.
13 targets.
Yeah, bro.
He'll get fed.
He's gonna continue to get fed. That's all that matters.
He had more than a third of the targets.
Yeah.
All right. How long before they'll make a change with Tannehill? If Tannehill comes out and throws another 2 or 3 picks next week, do we get a new starter already by week 3?
Who are
They
they
played the
going
Chargers.
to start?
Malik
Fuck,
Willis.
you're
Oh,
Okay.
He's the
Good.
second string. He beat out
I'd rather
Bananarama.
I'd rather take Tannehill and his 3 interceptions a game over Willis.
okay,
Yeah,
they got the Chargers next week,
Whew.
the Browns the week
Oh.
after, the Bengals the week after.
That's
Sounds like fantasy points.
yes,
Talking
sir.
about 0-4.
Not for Henry.
What are you talking about? Derrick Henry's gonna run all over
They're going to be behind
the
in every
Chargers.
one of those fucking games.
Yeah, he caught some passes this game. I don't
Did
know
you
what
see
you
what
guys talking about.
Mostert did against the Chargers? I think
Nothing.
Henry's gonna eat.
Yeah.
Mostert did way
Mostert,
better. Mostert did better than
Not worried
anybody
about
thought
that,
he was going to do. But,
Move
okay,
it along.
let's move it
Yeah,
along.
we are not talking
The
about
Raiders.
surprising
Matt-
to say the least. I was surprised.
Very
I was surprised. I saw a lot of people were going to roast me. I saw, I want to say the second quarter. I was back and forth here and there. I saw the end of the game, how we won. I watch all the games, so I'm a fan of everything. So I like to see everything, get a little taste of everything. Jimmy G didn't look bad. I mean, he looked like a better game manager than Derek Carr. Can I say that? I guess I did.
I said that all along last year about Jimmy. I said Jimmy's
better game manager than Derek Carr.
An elite quarterback. He is a great game manager, and he keeps you in the game.
Yep,
all the way through.
I've been saying the same thing.
Yeah,
Jimmy G is better than Carr, but not anything special.
I watched this whole game. Okay,
did you?
Fucking did not want to win.
Yeah. Scott was pretty upset. Like,
hey, now is that because they're missing Jerry Jeudy or Russell Wilson being Russell Wilson?
No, Russell Wilson came out of the gate and looked fucking great. Look at the start of the game. They tried that onside kick, which they would have had the guy not touched it half a yard too soon.
Yeah.
I thought that was ballsy, but at the same time, I thought it was fucking stupid. Like, you have to do really defense back. Just don't give because the Raiders are going to have a good offense. Let's be real.
Yep.
Like, they're going to be fine on offense, and they proved that, this upcoming week. But that onside kick, like, you're already putting pressure on yourself from the get-go if you don't get it, which they didn't. It gave the Raiders a short fucking field, and they scored a touchdown, and that's how you start the game. But also, your kicker, that's missing an extra point, and the field goal ended up costing them the game.
That lost them the game. I agree. I think the Raiders, it wasn't like we won. I wasn't like, wasn't so happy, like, okay, we played a shitty Broncos team with everyone was like kind of on their edge of their seats, kind of, are they going to be better because they got Sean Payton? Like, I didn't see anything special. Like in the beginning, like you said, they came out the gate and I was like, oh shit, they're going to demolish us. They just didn't. They couldn't get anything going.
And never couldn't tackle worth a shit. Although Jacob still only averaged 2.5 yards a carry.
19 for 48, bro.
Like, he's going to be a little rusty at the beginning. But I mean, Garoppolo, 26, 200, 2 touchdowns. That's what you're going to get from him. But Russell Wilson, 27 to 34, 177, 2 touchdowns. He took care of the ball, but he did lose a fumble. There were some really good plays. Let's not forget. So on that missed field goal attempt, so Russell Wilson hits Dorsett. Dorsett couldn't have been more wide open. It was as if the Raiders didn't even cover that side of the field. Mm-hmm. He turns around to catch the ball, and as he spins, he steps out of bounds. He doesn't step out of bounds. He has a 65-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
Incomplete pass.
The Raiders should have lost that game. I think the Broncos lost it for them. Their Broncos lost that game for themselves. Like,
but it doesn't matter because you know what? A fucking win is a win, and the Raiders
win is a win, baby. We're the number 1 in our division.
And I was just gonna say, your first place Raiders
with the positive point differential.
Let's just end the season right now and go straight to the playoffs.
And I want to mention, they said that Javonte was going to be on a touch cap, and he had 17 touches this game. And I was shocked.
And P-Ryan only had 8 rushes.
Yep.
But P-Ryan, really good catching the ball, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Javonte's a great pass catcher. He'll be there. It's just his first game back after blowing his knee out, so give him time.
All right.
He averaged 4 yards a carry. So.
Yeah, let's go. We're running up against
Javonte had 6 targets.
Hey, let's rush through these.
Let's
Here goes Mike.
Well, no, you can't. Javonte's 6 targets, though, did lead that team.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Go. Are we done with the Raiders?
Game of the week. I called this game. We're going Chargers, right? Chargers, Dolphins.
Oh, Rams, Seahawks.
No, Rams, Seahawks.
It was going down.
My bad.
I think this was.
I don't want to talk about shit really about this game other than Seahawks, most overrated fucking team.
Yep.
Fuck all the analysts. The Seahawks were going to win the division, and congratulations to the Rams because you guys went in Seattle and fucking double dicked them.
I will say this was the surprise win of the week.
100% agree.
Mike.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. First of all, I think I was the I want to go back and watch it, and I think I was saying Geno Smith. I wasn't high on him. I want to see him do it 2 times in a row. Yes, he was phenomenal last season. He came out of the gate, but I want to see him do it 2 times in a row, and he's not showing it. If I drafted Geno across the board, bro, come on. So I'm getting let down.
Especially with those 3 wide receivers he has, he should be at least on for 250 minimum.
Yeah, they're you could tell something's wrong in that field. Like DK Metcalf out there fucking trying to knock out cornerbacks. Like, come on, bro.
And the rookie Puka Nacua looked great, 10 for 119, and that's it. Let's move on. They suck.
That's it.
Hold on. One thing, Stafford, 334 yards with no
receivers.
Yep, 3 with no receivers against the defense. I think everyone thought bettered, and they didn't. I don't know. I maybe we're all wrong about the Rams. Maybe the Rams.
No, I think the Rams have a shitty defense. Just the Seahawks know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, no idea. But
okay,
it is what it is. All right, Eagles Patriots.
I didn't catch any of this game, so I'm not really going to talk too much on it. Other than this game was
trash.
A little closer than I thought it was going to be.
It was a lot closer, and I feel like Philly did not play like the team that they were last year.
No, they didn't look good at all.
I watched the game and I was looking at like Philly play, and I'm like, what? Did you guys regress? Are you guys still on vacation? You do know it's next season?
It's a thing.
Yeah, it has to be, bro, because they did not play well. They won that game. They just being lucky. They didn't deserve to win.
I saw the first half of this game. It was inclement weather. Mac Jones' stat line, I know that. If you go look at his stats before the half, I think he had like 100 or something. But he finished with 316 and 3. I just think I want to say the Eagles just came out flat, man. This week, I'm just going to chalk it up as that. They have a great offense.
Yeah.
Defense look like shit, though. They need to pick it up on that side of the ball, but just offense came out sluggish, and they need to do better this week, Thursday night against Minnesota. If not, then I'm going to kind of be a little pushing maybe the panic button a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit.
Week 2.
Panic button, but when we talk about Dallas, holy fuck.
Yeah. Oh, Dallas look
phenomenal, bro. Okay, let's go to I think we all agree. Mike, you have anything to say on this game?
Mac Jones, I called it beginning of this year.
It was the outcome we figured, but closer than we all thought.
Yeah.
Mac Jones going to be good this year. Move on.
Dolphins, Chargers. Can I say
No, you can't. I called this game, and I had the Dolphins winning it.
You did. Okay, start, man.
Game of the week. No, I just said it's going to be game of the week.
For sure.
Game of the week, for sure. 100% agree.
Offenses, like last year, I think they played in December. Last year was like 23-17. The offenses weren't as good. Tua was coming off the concussions, the whole head injuries he had last year. So he played towards the end of the year, so he missed a few games. But man, this
Tyreek Hill, dude. Oh my god.
I saw Miley and Devon are watching this game, and man, just the Dolphins offense, just chunk play after chunk play after chunk play. J.C. Jackson was getting burnt, their number one corner. And what the thing is they were playing man all game. They did not play zone. They did not give Tyreek Hill a cushion. They manned him up, didn't put a safety over the top, and he was eating them alive.
Well,
across the middle, him and Jalen Waddle, just eating them up.
I watched that whole game because it was on my area, and I was even texting Scotty. I was scared in the beginning. I was laughing. I was like, "Oh shit!" Because the way the first drive went was Tua fumble, chunk play, Tua fumble, lost.
Yeah, and then
Charger ball. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, what? I don't know what to feel right now. And then they just dominated the rest of the game. But Tua did have some that can hurt him in the long run. He needs to work on them hands with that center, bro. Because he lost. He had like 3 or 4 like snap fumbles.
Fumbles. Yeah.
And you're just like, whoa, that's concerning. So,
but concerning.
What did? Oh, good, Scott. Good.
Miami's fucking run defense.
Yeah,
that's not very good.
Yep.
Eckler 117 and Josh Kelly 91.
Joshua Kelly, you know what? He looked good in the preseason, and I kind of chalked it up as it's preseason, but he did just as good. We might be a little. I mean, Eckler and Kelly split 32 carries, 16.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
it was basically kind of the same outcome. Eckler was 7.3 a fucking tote, and Joshua Kelly was 5.7.
Yeah.
The difference was the passing game, though.
Eckler's going to get that pass game. Yeah, we all know that.
Tua.
If their offensive line can protect like they were doing this game, and they're holding back Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack, if they can do that every game, I've never said Tua was not talented. He can be a top
He could be better.
top 7, 8. Okay, I'm just saying fantasy quarterback. I don't know about real life quarterback, but man,
Tua, I'm
Homeboy's
mad,
dropping dimes
I'm
out
mad
there.
that I passed on Tua. And I think the only reason that I passed on
Health.
Tua is because I was
His
scared of
health.
his health.
You were
I'm
scared.
of- I'm
He
still
had
scared. I'm still scared. He
zero.
goes down once. As long as he gets hit once.
0 sacks.
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah.
Imagine being
against
being
that
the
defensive
lineman.
line?
But hold
I
on.
know.
Imagine being the lineman that lets the sack get through that ends Tua's career. They're all playing with their careers on the line, bro. They are.
Yeah, they're like, guys, I'm on a contract year. I'm not giving up no fucking sacks. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to keep Tua in this game. Yeah, I'm agree with Tony.
But that just shows you what
Yeah,
those
go
two
ahead.
offenses can do when healthy.
Dude, that game was fun to watch, bro.
Moving it along.
Last game?
game. Cowboys Giants.
Did you
Cowboys,
just say last game?
The
We
last
all
game
said-
that we're talking about. Yeah.
We all said it last year.
Yeah.
Or at the
This was not a game.
Cowboys with Giants overachieved last year. They should have never given Daniel Jones that money. They looked fucking stupid last night. They looked stupid. I would be fucking embarrassed if I was a member of the Giants.
well, let's put it this way. They made the Cowboys look absolutely dominant. And the Cowboys are good. Like, the Cowboys are a great team. But that Giants was like a high school football team. It was worse than the Raiders have been in the past 20 years.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Now, here's one
But-
thing I think a lot of people are overlooking. You impressed by Dallas's offense last night? Granted, you didn't necessarily have to be
No.
because of what the defense did.
Yep.
We didn't see it. We didn't see a full. How would you say a full plate?
Yep.
I would say we didn't see the full plate of the offense, but I was impressed. Oh man,
Their
that defense looks better.
Look at
That
that
defense
right
looks better than they did
They
last
played
year.
Daniel Jones.
It don't matter.
So?
That shit.
Mike.
It's still Mike. He's still a quarterback in the NFL. He was held to 104 passing yards.
Let me put it
2
this
picks.
way. Let me put it this way. That defense,
Held Barkley to
They play-
51 yards.
they play the Commanders, the Giants, and the Eagles. They take the division. I'm saying it
If
right
they
now.
play like
Jones
that.
had-
The
Daniel
way
Jones
that
had
the way that
only
the
30
Eagles
yards
played,
for
the
it.
way that the Eagles played, if they continue to play like that the rest of the season, Cowboys take the division.
They're not going to continue to play like that. But if they can play defense like that for 4 quarters, they will beat a lot of people. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Let's. I mean, we got to give the Cowboys credit where credit is due because
Yes.
they did. But name all the wide receivers the Giants have that fucking Daniel Jones can throw to.
Isaiah Hodgins, Sterling Shepard.
No.
Okay, you can just shut up now because you fucking
You told me to name them.
like. I know you
Yeah,
know what.
Sterling Shepard, 1 target. Isaiah Hodges, 3 targets, 1 catch.
Barkley couldn't do anything, bro. Barkley
I'm-
couldn't get the ball
Matt,
moving.
They have no real wide receivers. Like
Yeah.
now, if Dallas comes out and they could shut Philadelphia up like that, then we're gonna be
Real
talking.
deal. Real
Who-
deal.
Who does Dallas play next week? Do you guys know
I do not know.
off the top?
The Jets.
Oh, that would have
They're
been a
gonna
game.
dominate,
Man.
bro. They're gonna dominate.
That would have been a game.
And then after
Zach
that,
Wilson's worse than fucking Jones. God. We're never gonna hear the end of it from fucking Fernando.
Dude,
Okay,
that
so
would
here
have been
we
a
go.
game.
their next
sorry.
games go Jets,
I'm
Cardinals.
blocking you on my number.
Oh, God.
Jets, Cardinals, Patriots, Niners, Chargers.
They're gonna.
I
go
think they could be, I don't know. New England can give them a run. It'll be competitive, I think, maybe.
Mm.
Where's that game? In Foxborough or is it in Dallas?
It's in Dallas.
Never mind. Dallas winning.
I think they go undefeated in the next.
I think we already talked about the Monday night game pretty much, right?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's wrap it up. We're way over time on this.
Way over. This was supposed to be a 30-minute podcast.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you for tuning in. We will see you, I guess, next week.
Next Monday.
Week 2. We're gonna try to record our fantasy podcast, Foulmouth Fantasy. I don't know when we're gonna do it. It's supposed to actually drop on Friday. If you do, basically what we do on our fantasy podcast, we just kind of talk about the leagues we're in. We're not here to talk about. Matt, we can't see that.
That's Tom Brady in a Jets jersey.
In a Jets
Wow. But yeah, we talk about our leagues. We don't talk about waiver wire pickups and all that. There's so many fantasy podcasts, and if you don't know who to pick up on your waiver wire, you shouldn't be playing fantasy football anyway. So, with that said, thank you for everyone that tuning in. Please check out the channel. Please subscribe. Check out the other podcasts we have going on. And with that said, we will see you guys next week.
See you.
See ya.